VUX Research Log 01. Subject: the liminality coefficient. Before we descend, we must define the environment. What is a liminal space? Biologically, humans are wired for destination-based processing. We view hallways, stairwells, and transitory hubs as non-places, areas we pass through to reach a goal. A liminal space occurs when the destination is removed, but the transition remains. It's a spatial anomaly where the threshold, the limin, becomes the permanent state. In the context of these pool rooms, we are observing a functional vacuum. Scientifically, the creepiness you feel is cognitive dissonance. It's your brain recognizing that the tiles and the water, they're safe, familiar, and recreational. However, the lack of biological life and the architectural repetition signals an environmental error of sorts. You aren't just in a pool. You're inside a geometric loop. And that's one that hasn't forgotten its purpose. Ambient temperature, unknown. Occupancy, 0. Let's begin the descent. All very familiar. Serene, crisp, clear water. And just an unknown, an eeriness that we can't quite put our finger on. And you hear the dripping water. The little waves lapping against the tiled walls. That is a calming effect. But how calm it can keep me in this weird liminal space. Well, we'll see, won't we? Note to self. Have to be careful of the environmental break. What's this here? The shine of the light on those tiles. I like that. First inspection of this, I would say, is it potentially a map? of where we are. But I can't be too sure. Could very well be. But just to give you that sense of bewilderment and being unsure, there's no X, you are here. Just an empty potential map with no direction or anything to give us any clues of where we might be. So let's press on. You hear that? Potential vent noise. Or perhaps I'm not alone. And now we're given two choices. The friendly, obvious choice. Or hell. Hello. The vent that was neither here nor there, but is now there. The glitch in the system. Heaven or hell? I'm favouring the dark. Feel like we'd get more out of this investigation by travelling further into fear and viewing a bit more of what lies in the deep, darkest depths of these realms. And just like that, we're rewarded. Dark for but a sheer moment, and then into the world of the light once again. Amazing. Oh. Presented with two options here. This is more enticing, but this is piquing my curiosity. What is down here? That noise again. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. That would take us into the deep, which I'm not convinced is the best idea at this moment. We'll come back here, if we can find our way back. I don't know. It's the vents for sure, making those noises, our glitchy vents. Okay. Well, it would seem either way we need to descend into the waters. Shh. Waters remain unthreatening at this moment in time. But I could have sworn I heard something in there. I don't know. Can't be my mind playing tricks on me. Seems like we're faced with a choice again. Or maybe not a choice. Something about this noise, the lights buzzing. It's a warming sound, familiar in such an familiar place. Most welcoming. And then we come across this. A white chair. Purpose? Sitting. But just the one. For me, I assume. But not today. Huh. Is it me, or is this very familiar? I think our little Pools is having some fun with us. We're back where we started. Okay then. Have your fun with us. We can find another way. It's fine. Our map friend that both doesn't guide us and, well, yeah, just doesn't guide us. You are of no help to me. Good day. Well then, it would seem we go heaven. Right, okay. Oh, interesting. Slightly spooked me out then, as I turned even more interesting. We'll continue this thought in a minute. This, however, familiar but unsettling for two reasons. Where does it come from in this huge, empty, abandoned, also I think, liminal space? And more knowingly, where does it go? I'm glad I'll never find out. You can stay there. As I was coming up the stairs, my visor went blurry, so I couldn't make out what that was, and then it came into focus and gave me a little bit of a fright. Interesting. Getting a ladder shape with the hands coming out. And of course, a chair. Oh, and now I'm in the chair. Amazing. Okay. Potentially foreshadowing. We're going deeper. We're going to need to climb. Fine. Even more unsettling now. I feel like I'm getting subway vibes. Also feel like I'm being followed, which unnerves me more walking into this isolated, cramped corridor or tunnel, as you would. But pleased to see light once again. Familiar. Grateful. For the log, I will occasionally say random words. Words explaining how I'm feeling in that moment. For the purpose of the logs. So when looking back, I'm able to document how I was feeling when I saw it. If you get what I mean. Okay. Intrigued. Nervous. Is the darkness creeping up from there? Looks like it's getting closer. Ah. Insane. Wow. Incredible. Just the vastness. Who built this? Why am I here? Questions. We'll come back to you, but I want to check something out down here first. Okay. Yeah. For a moment there it looked like the water went red. Did I come from here? I don't think I did. Okay. Suspicions of being alone. No longer. It seemed we are being followed, as I originally thought, but had doubts and, well, ladder was there, but now it's not. Make of that what you will. Tempting. Let's do it. Yeah, okay. warmth. That wasn't half as bad as it looked. It's made me feel quite content going through there. That did. Oh, okay. Safe. Indents on the walls, 6 of which look like building benches for relaxing or waiting, but I don't know. This design feature, this architecture, also unknown. Odd choice. You've got to admire. If you look closely at a certain angle, you can see the reflection of the indents in the tiles there from the shine of that light. And these, honestly, wow, really like that. That's really cool. Uncomfortable. Nervous. Funny how it can all just change in a moment. One moment I was feeling fine up here, and now as I come down here I'm experiencing dread, uncertainty, and fear. Yeah, I was right too. If I was wearing my heart monitor right now, you'd have seen a spike on the screen then. This one caught me off guard. This cheeky fellow. Well, we obviously have to go towards him, don't we? Why would we not? Trying to jump scare me by rendering in. You'll have to do better than that. Existential dread. A position here you have over me is power, because I am below you and you are above. This not as inviting with the water levels being so high and the space before me so narrow and dark. Let's just get through here. Not good. Shh. annoying. I feel like my being here is disturbing the quiet essence of this place. So I know I shouldn't be here, and every movement I make is destroying the peace that was once here before my arrival. I am at fault for this, but we have to press on. This place won't investigate itself. Battery check. Low. Okay. Will likely cease transmission of VUX Log 01 shortly. When we find a place to do so, I will. But let's just have a little look further. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost looks like a fist grabbing the wall. And I'm assuming our chance to have a go. Well, I know where it comes out, and I know where I go in, so it would be silly not to, right? Oh. That was pretty sweet. Note to self, the most fun you can have in pools with your clothes on. It's that foreshadowing. I'm about to climb the ladder. Okay. Dripping. Water looks bluer in here. Deeper. It was just me doing that. Shh. I can hear the vents as usual, but beyond that, I can hear something else. I'm wondering if you can as well. Worried. Anticipating. Unsure. I'm not moving. So what is that? Okay. It was me. Okay. claustrophobic. I need to get out of here. I don't like it. Odd. Potential dead end. Yeah. Battery level low. But can't stop here. Need to push on. Not this time, Mr. Ducky. Not this time. We've found it. Oh. Goosebumps. There's something about that is deeply unsettling. How I looked away and then looked back and it was staring directly at me. I don't like that. Cheeky duck. Sensing something else. Stay there. There we go. Exit. Wait a minute. Hands. Whoever is following us is not a hindrance. It would seem they only want us to succeed. I'm pointing to my exit, which I'd already discovered, but was helpful nonetheless. At this point, I'll take what I can get. Yeah. I think we're all glad that's over. Footsteps that aren't mine. Definitely heard footsteps. Not the metal rattling. Other footsteps were heard. Oh, I've just realised we didn't go back to the pit that we saw. I thought we'd be able to circle back round at some point. This reminded me, now we're faced with many small pits. It's interesting. Again, the vastness is unsettling. The fact that it's void of biological presences other than myself is just weird. Who was it built for? Why are there now 2 chairs instead of just the one? Life's mysteries. It was just me before, or at least I thought it was. But now, having met my friend over there, who pointed the direction for me, is the game now telling me that I most definitely am not alone in here. That's a thought to ponder. Potentially more so in the next VUX log, entry 02. Descending into the darkness, and yet another pit. Jesus. But even as I do this, the thought to me is crazy because my destination is the same down there as it is the destination I'm heading to. The goal is similar, if not identical. But this would be a more fitting and cinematic approach. It's time to take a leap of faith. Okay. I don't know how or why I'm here. How I even survived that. Log 01 complete. Data suggests the geometry in the sector is non-Euclidean and self-replicating. I'm exiting the simulation now to preserve the HMD link. Visual records will be archived for further study. Ending transmission. Before I go, advice to anybody else venturing into the pools. Stay out the deep end.